Okay, so here we have VAZa, who is my dear, dear friend named Vanessa, and we lived together in San Francisco like over 10 years ago now. And her company name is VAZa Yoga, and she's been teaching in San Francisco for 15 years now. Where has the time gone, right?
Right.
It's so wild. So,
Super wild.
yes. VAZa is a yoga instructor. She's now in Santa Cruz, and her specialty is helping women who want to get pregnant to conceive, and then she works with them during the pregnancy as well as offer yoga for postpartum care. So she's originally from Frankfurt, Germany, and California is lucky enough to have her. Thank you so much for coming. Welcome.
Thank you so much for introducing me so beautifully and also for really inviting me. I'm very excited to be here right now.
Oh, good. Yes. I mean, clearly there's so much anxiety and uncertainty in the world. And when I was putting together the summit, you immediately popped into my mind as someone who's always just been so just even keeled and generous and loving and kind. And you really walk your talk. You really,
Oh, thank you. That
yes.
makes me very happy. Thank you. That felt good on my heart.
So I knew that you'd have some good wisdom and good asana as well to share with us.
Yes, absolutely.
So my first question is, why did you choose to help women with pregnancy and postpartum care with yoga?
Yes, great question. So I have an almost 7-year-old daughter, and my background is OT, occupational therapy. And I really thought like by, being an occupational therapist and also yoga instructor for so many years, I knew like I know what I was doing with my body, continued working out. And then when it was time to go into labor, I had really struggled with giving birth to my daughter. Like I was able to using all the breathing tools, but I just couldn't really like release, and dilate. And then I also suffered from a lot of like problems because my labor was so long, and she was also a 10-pound baby. And then I was like in the recovery, and I felt really like not lonely in terms of community. I had a wonderful community, but just like lonely in education, what exactly my body was going through, and then how to heal from childbirth. So I had even like a year and a half later, I had really trouble, and I looked into it. I had like the diastasis recti, which is a separation of the stomach. And that led to pain in my back. It led to, sneezing and coughing. I would pee my pants, and it was like feeling super embarrassed about it. And I started to like talk about it in my circle of friends, and all the moms, they were like, oh, it's totally normal. And I was like, my understanding of the body is it's a muscle and you can train that. So I really started educating myself and got really like curious into like how to heal myself first of all. And then I started like with my girlfriends, and I saw like, oh, it's not only happening in my body, that recovery, but also in my circle of friends. And then I started using it with my clients and so on and so on. And that's how I built my business. And now there's like such a huge need of childbirth recovery. And my wish is that we speak more openly about it, of even what to expect. And when the baby's there, it's all about the baby. It's not about the woman's health. And for me, my experience working with so many women over so many years is it is about the mom, because a strong mom can really like raise a strong child.
That's right. That's right.
Physically, mentally, emotionally. So I serve everybody, of course, but my main community is really moms. I am drawn to moms. I think they're such powerhouses. And I love the woman body. I think there's so much to learn still that anatomy hasn't taught us really yet. I was purchasing an app in like 2016. That's not too long ago. And it didn't even have the pelvic floor of a woman. And I emailed them. I was like, there's something missing. They never got back to me, but I was like, can I have my money back? There's like a very important muscle missing. So Yeah, so I'm
Wow,
very excited that it's finally changing, and I hear so many women and even celebrities talking about it, and that just makes me very happy.
that's great. And thank you for being a pioneer in this much needed industry.
Yes, thank
Incredible,
you.
incredible.
Hmm.
Yeah, so I also would love to hear about a time in your life that you felt a lot of anxiety, and how did you navigate through that situation with power and grace?
Hmm. Definitely multiple situations, becoming a new mom, but then also like losing my own mom this year was very intense. Um, and it looks like a loss that I've never experienced before. It's like your mom, right? It's like your support, and no matter how old you are, it's pretty much like if something goes wrong, you can still go home, hang out with your mom, stay with your mom, right? So that was, yeah, I lost her, and it was such a surprising thing. And I had to fly to Germany and organize everything, her funeral, and I actually knew exactly how she wanted her funeral because we also lost my father-in-law last year. So so I had this like, I remember I had like 2 days, Saturday, Sunday, and then Monday, because in Germany, Saturday, Sunday is like pretty much like everything is closed, or Saturday after like 4. And I knew I had 2 days. And in these 2 days, I would literally like roll out my mat and just practice, practice all what would just come naturally out, breathing, chest opening. And mostly I would just like sob a lot, but it was like a tool that allowed me to feel it all, and like a vessel to let it run through me rather than like having it manifest. Because I know, working with so many beautiful bodies in this lifetime, that it can manifest, right? If we don't let it go, Um, and now it still comes in waves, but it's beautiful because it gave me such a strong support. I knew, okay, if this wave of sadness is hitting me, I'm not gonna drown. I will come out eventually on the other side. And it was also a beautiful proof of the work that I'm doing, right? That I'm not just like giving this gift to others, but that I received the gift for myself as well. And I am always such a support for everyone as a teacher, naturally. And the whole community, I shared it in a newsletter with my community that I need to have a couple of weeks off. And I got like so many beautiful messages, and even the reminders of others. Remember to breathe, remember to be gentle with you, and using my words. It was amazing. It was just absolutely incredible. And I'm so grateful for yoga. I'm never bored about my practice because I call my yoga mat my magic carpet. Every time I roll it out, there's something else that is like showing up. So you never know, right? You never
I
know.
love that. Oh,
Yes.
sweetheart. Well,
Hmm.
I'm so sorry to hear about your mother, and
Thank you.
condolences and love. Yeah,
Hmm.
that's hard.
But because I have this strong meditation practice,
Mm.
I'm still able to connect with her just on a different level,
Yeah.
and it's a different way of communicating than a phone call or seeing her in person, right? I'm still able to connect and to communicate, and that alone is amazing. I'm so blessed that I have that.
Oh, that's really special. That's powerful.
Hmm.
So I have another question for you.
Yes, please.
So you have a 7-year-old. So
Yes,
she's in first grade right now.
correct.
And how's it going learning through Zoom at the moment?
Hmm. Yes.
And
So
how is that anxiety provoking, both for her and for you?
yes,
How do you manage that?
yes. So she's wonderful. I mean, she's absolutely incredible. And we've been practicing yoga since she's been in my womb, right? So she's very aware of her body. And when she gets mad or angry or frustrated, she speaks about it, but she naturally reminds herself to breathe. And she does yoga with me as well. And with, the online classes, of course, the ups and downs. There's so many hiccups because the teachers have to learn it. She has to learn it. And then there's also the technology that can just so much provide for our kids right now. Yeah, it definitely led to some frustrations. But again, like we have our way of letting it out. Yoga, dancing, bouncing on the trampoline, shaking it out, screaming it out to really like shake it out of the system. And we also got a dog, and when she gets scared, right, an animal automatically shakes itself.
Mhm.
And why it is, it's like they don't store it in their muscle tissue. And it's the same way for us as human beings. You know, we really have to like shake it out and to really let it go.
Yes. And there she is.
There she is. She's like, package delivered. Isn't she the best?
Aw.
Hi. Thank you
Samaya,
so much.
do you want to shake it out? Do you
You
want to
want-
show us how you shake it
You
out?
want to shake it out? You want to shake it out? Yes.
Here she goes. Oh,
There she
good.
goes.
Thank
Thank you so much. I don't know, you can open it. Mama's almost done. And this is another situation right now. Do you mind going to the living room, please? Because I'm still talking to Sharon. It's like, that's like the, this is like the natural thing, what I'm also telling the moms, right? It's like the work-life balance and
Yes.
teaching from home and still being very present with her, but also setting healthy boundaries that both of us are not getting frustrated. But this was like a clear example of like, oh, I'm teaching sometimes a live class, and then she walks in and she meant to do like really sweet things, like showing me that I got a package. But I'm like, baby, I'm in the middle of the class, you know. But everybody is so wonderful and understanding, and they love to see her. I mean, who does not love to see a kid or like a dog?
I know, darling. Well, you illustrated very mindful parenting there, so thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah. I mean, I just know it's such a hard time for parents right now with the working from home as well as the Zoom school, and I just commend you. You're really managing it all really with a lot of peace. Yeah.
Yes, thank you.
And do you have any tips for parents out there that are feeling a lot of anxiety right now because of this circumstance?
Absolutely. I will show you in a second a few asanas, but also the same way as we don't put the stress onto our kids of like being perfect or getting it right all the time. It's the same with us as parents. I feel like we need to give ourselves some slack. And most of the time we're doing way better than we actually think we are. And if there's something going on, like, you know, for example, with my daughter, just always explaining what is going on, right? Oh, mama's busy right now, but thank you. I'll come back to you later. So there's an understanding. That does not mean like I don't lose my sometimes, or she, right? But then we come back and we just like find a very loving way of sharing our experience. That's all I would say.
Oh, beautiful.
And including the kids in the awareness of breathing, of connecting with nature, and a little gratitude prayer at night. What were you grateful for? Oh, you had a good time with playing with your dog or with mama or whatever, and really like teaching them the tools.
So beautiful. So incorporating like gratitude and prayer and mindfulness with your parenting. That's really beautiful.
Yes.
So I'd love to see these poses you have for us.
Yes, absolutely. So the first tip that I always give is like, observe your body posture, right? Because nowadays, especially working from home and we don't have our fancy desks sometimes that we have at work, we're a lot of like forward folding, and it just really compromises our breath. And if it compromises our breath, we're more likely to feel the anxiety anyways. So just lifting up, first of all, shoulders over hips, and then maybe even getting out of your chair and moving around a little bit so that you can take deeper breaths and really elevating through the spine. So not only that, I want you to invite to breathe into the front and the bottom, top and bottom, so chest and belly, but also breathe around the hips and into the lower back as well. So we can also breathe a lot into the lungs in the back and the center of the spine and in the lower back. Super important, because when we're sitting in those chairs, the back body is usually like attached to the chair and we just breathe up here. So yeah, let's start with a little bit of breathing. So feel free to come into a comfortable seated pose. I love to have a pillow underneath my hips, sitting cross-legged here. Good. Yes, this is a good. Can you see me well? Or do you want me to scoot a little bit forward?
You're fine.
Okay. Good. And as I mentioned before, shoulders over the hips, sit bones are down, close the eyes. And then as you naturally inhale, trace your breath. Where is your breath flowing very easily today? And then open your mouth and exhale, let it go. So wonderful. Few more in and out. Last round, inhale and exhale. So now I want you to focus on where the breath flows very easily. And from there into those restricted parts. So it might be the rib cage, might be around the neck or the shoulders, lower back. And then exhale, let it all go. So finding that 360 breath awareness. Let's take 4 more. Inhale. And exhale. Every time you inhale, invite a little bit more breath into your body. And every time you exhale, what can you let go of? That feeling of anxiety, wherever it might linger in your body. Good. Closing all these browser tabs, the to-do list. And arriving in this present moment in your beautiful body, and that beautiful vessel for your soul. Last breath here, inhale. Open and exhale. Oh, wonderful. From here now, go ahead and open your eyes gently. We're moving into butterfly pose. And this is a very fun pose if you have kids to do with them as well. So you're going to bring the soles of the feet together. You can grab onto your shin bones. You also want to pay attention to having your spine really straight. And if you're sitting on your floor, if you're sitting on your mat and you're rounded, definitely pop a pillow underneath. All right, now with the next inhale, we're going to stretch the chest forward, knitting the shoulder blades together. And with the exhale, we're going to draw the belly to the spine, chin to heart. So making a big C curve. Good. Inhale again. We're going to lift through the heart, looking up with your eyes. The nose is lifting gently up. And then with the exhale, round and draw into your own body, into that internal world. Feel more. If you feel comfortable, maybe close the eyes. Closing the eyes turns on all the other senses. It also really helps me and hopefully you as well to arrive in this body. And also the same way as we train the body, we also train the mind. So don't worry if your mind is floating away. Gently and in a very loving way, invite it back in. Last and final time. Inhale, lift up, finding that elevation. Heart opens like the blossom and flowers. And then exhale, round. Wonderful. Coming back with the shoulders over the hips. And then we're going to take the bolster out or the pillow out, and we're coming into supported bridge pose. So use a pillow. Actually, I have the bolster, but I'd rather show you with a natural pillow to make it easier for you. You want to come with the feet hip width apart, and either you can use your core work to lower down, or you place your hands behind, curl the tailbone under, and then coming all the way down, making sure that that pillow or the blanket is close by. Release the back of the head into the mat, shoulder blades, hips, and then climb your heels right underneath the knees, arms are by the side. Good, we're gonna find that same breath awareness, really breathing 360 into the body here. And from here, I want you to push into the feet so you begin to lift your hips up. We call it bridge pose. If you're completely new to yoga, and this is bridge pose, don't worry about the words or the name. Great. And then grab that pillow And you want to move the pillow underneath your lower back and then rest your lower back here on that pillow. Good. Now with the next inhale, breathe into the chest, breathe into your belly, all around the hips and lower back. And as you exhale, let the breath escape so that the chest and the shoulders melt to the ground. Few more here. Inhale. Beautiful chest opening, bringing more volume into the body. Open mouth and exhale. And especially at the beginning of yoga, sometimes you feel dizzy, bringing more oxygen into your body, so don't freak out. It's actually good. If you feel comfortable again, go ahead, close the eyes. And focusing on the sound of your own breath, listening to your beautiful inhale, and then listening to your beautiful exhale. Good. Calming down the nervous system with each inhale. And with each exhale. Good. Calling in that sense of lightness all around your body, from the crown of the head to the toes. And releasing any feeling of heaviness or stress or anxiety and tension. Inhale, calling in that love and the light for yourself. And releasing here any tightness. Soften also through your forehead, releasing any clenching out of the jaw. Go ahead and taking a couple of more breaths here. Feeling how the spine is lengthening, releasing your whole day so far. And feeling lighter, replacing that heaviness with lightness. You can even give it a color. For me, it's gold. So that eventually your whole body is dipped in that beautiful light of yours, that beautiful colors of yours. Let's take one more inhale together. Open mouth and exhale. Wonderful. We're going to come out the same way as we came in. So we're going to push the feet into the earth. We're going to lift the hips up, staying here for a moment, really activating the back body here, getting strong through the legs and glutes and hips. Pulling the pillow out from underneath. And then staying elevated with your hips here. Reach your arms overhead so that the top of the hand just resting above the crown of the head. And then with the next exhale, you're going to massage the upper part of the spine down, then the mid part of the spine, and then the lower back. Wonderful. Bring your right hand onto the heart, left hand onto the belly. Walk your feet out as wide as the mat and allow the inner knees to come together so that the knees simply kiss here. Wonderful. If you like, close the eyes again. And now we're going to focus mainly on the diaphragmatic breathing. So you're going to inhale first into the right hand by the chest, feel the chest rising. And then breathe into the left hand. Now from here, exhale out of the left hand, out of the right hand. Good. Inhale into the right hand. Don't force it, just focus. And into the left hand. Exhale out of the left hand, out of the right hand. Few more. Inhale, right hand is lifting. Left hand is following. Exhale out of your belly, out of your chest. Twice more. Inhale right. Inhale left. Exhale left. Exhale right. Final time. Inhale right hand. Exhale left hand. Exhale, left hand. Exhale, right hand. Regular inhale. Regular exhale. Simply observing your body, also the speed of your thoughts, and the quality of your overall well-being. What has changed in your body? Tapping again into that beautiful feeling of gratitude for carving out the time, stepping onto the mat, and really gifting ourselves with some very, very needed self-care. Wonderful. Now we're going to tuck the knees into the chest. I'm going to roll over the side to come back up so I can show you where we're going next. We're coming into supported legs up against the wall. So I am simply going to turn my mat around. I want to push it all the way against the wall. And you can even place a pillow here. And it's a very funny way to get in. I haven't found a graceful way, but feel free to reach out to me in case you find a graceful way. So you want to sit with your butt, actually with the hip against the wall, really close to the wall. You're going to come onto your elbows, and then you're going to swing your legs around. And then you can use these wonderful elbows to scoot your butt up a little bit closer. So depending on how flexible and open you are in the hamstrings, the back of the thighs, you can keep your legs bent and your hands become shelves. So your thumb comes to the inside and your forefingers wrap around. So this is one variation. If you're like, I got this, VAZa, I want a little bit more, maybe extending your legs. And then here, your arms can go out to the side. You can reach your arms overhead. Or if you like hands on the heart and belly, that's also very nurturing. And for me, it's a very grounding, very, it feels almost like I give myself a hug. I hug myself, okay? So I'll keep my hand on the heart and the belly, but you explore and move around wherever your arms want it to rest. And when you found a place for your arms to rest, close the eyes again, feeling how the back of the head is reaching down into the earth. Good, how your hips are gently elevated, and how the blood is rushing down from your feet into the ankles, into the shin bones and knees and upper thighs, and from here flowing down into the hips, nurturing our wonderful organs, intestines, liver, kidney, streaming up into the heart and the lungs. And that is not only releasing our lymphatic system, which is like a garbage disposal that is running through our body and carries away all the toxins. It's really supportive, but it also pushes on the vagus nerve. And so it sends the message to our brain to release, to let go of any anxiety, any worries, simply rest and be in this present moment, right? Letting go of the past and don't escape into the future. Connecting here again to your inhalation and to your exhalation. If you're new to this practice and your legs fall asleep, of course, you can come out at any point, then working up, the easier it gets, right? If we come back to it and do it more often. I do this literally like every single night in my bed. And my daughter is doing it too. And sometimes we read a book and both of us are having the legs kicked up, and then that's how we read the book. Good. Connecting here to the sound of your own breath. You can even envision the ocean or like a waterfall, and how with each exhale, that wave or that waterfall is washing through you and carrying away any last tension so that we can fully restore and heal And we need stillness to be able to heal. I truly believe this is why we're sleeping, to fully recover. And this pose is so much better than coffee or any other pick-me-up. It's really, really amazing. Super soothing, but also very energizing in a positive way. All right, my friends, feel free to stay here a little bit longer. I'll get back to sharing it a little bit if she hasn't fallen asleep. So to come out of this pose, simply bend your knees and you want to roll to the side. Head comes up last. Look at her, all glowing. Yoga glow, my favorite glow.
Yes. Oh, I love that one. Oh, so relaxed.
Right? Like a mini vacation.
Yes. Did you say that you do the legs up the wall every night before you go to bed?
Every night. Yes, every night. Because, you know, right now I'm also demonstrating every single class, which is intense on my body because of Zoom. But I love it because it helps me to sleep way better. And it's also like, you know, gives me such a great feeling in my legs and around my hips. It's like amazing.
Yes, I know. I was just feeling it. So you're in your bed and you put your legs up like on the headboard, basically.
Yes, I can send you a picture tonight with Samia when we do it.
All her little legs. It's so cute.
Yes, it's so cute. Yeah, and now I find her also in the most funny yogi poses to read. You know how yogis sometimes read or stretch or brushing the teeth. It's like very funny.
Oh,
she just does it. Yeah. So thank you. This was amazing.
Well, this was incredible. So informative. You're just contributing so many beautiful things to the world, VAZa. Thank you so much.
Thank
for really
you.
Showing up and you know, offering the world your gifts and helping so many people.
Thank you. It feels so good.
Inspiring. So if you want to keep in contact with VAZa, you can go to vazayoga.com. There it is. Oh, and would you like to share what your free gift is if you go to the website?
Yes. So if you go to my website, you can find a 30-minute free meditation for pregnant women, but I also have tons of free videos on YouTube. Same channel, VAZa Yoga. You just type it in, and there are also some videos for wrist love, since we're all doing so much typing, and also anxiety and stress relief.
Beautiful. That's what we're here for.
And if you have any requests, what you like to see on my YouTube channel, please send me. I love inspirations as well.
Oh, can they send you an email through your YouTube channel?
Yes, I'm not sure about, you know, you can do comments. You can do comments, and then usually I read it in the comments. Exactly. But on my Instagram and through my homepage for sure.
Okay, wonderful, wonderful. Well, thank you so much. That was just beautiful, beautiful practice. I'm ready to take a nap now.
Thank you. Dankeschön.
Dankeschön. Danke. How do you say namaste in German?
Same. Namaste. It's a Sanskrit name, right? So it's like namaste, or like I bow to you. It's like ich verbeug, or mein Herz verbeugt sich zu deinem Herz. Means like my heart bows to your heart.
Oh. I know I can't pronounce it, so I'll just say same to you. All right, everyone.